What begins as an ordinary broadcast of The View suddenly spirals into a dramatic chain of events that no one on or off screen saw coming. In this narrative, Whoopi Goldberg becomes the center of a storm that extends far beyond daytime television. Her on-air remarks ignite a clash between media, politics, public suspicion, and corporate control. The story follows how a single unscripted moment grows into a national controversy, pulling in viewers, executives, commentators, and even supposed whistleblowers. At its core, this tale explores the tension between outspoken commentary and institutional pressures, showing how one voice, whether celebrated or criticized, can disrupt powerful systems when it refuses to stay quiet. Whoopi's on-air spark that ignites the storm. The story begins with the panel discussing public frustration surrounding a government statement about the absence of an Epstein client list. The narrative builds tension as even conservative figures are described as skeptical, setting the stage for Whoopi Goldberg's moment. Her fictionalized remarks, delivered sharply and without hesitation, allegedly accuse certain political circles of not wanting the truth to emerge. The studio reacts with shock, and the sudden cut to commercial creates the sense that a boundary has just been crossed. This section frames the moment as the catalyst for everything that follows, painting Whoopi not just as a commentator but as someone willing to step into territory usually avoided on daytime television. It establishes the emotional and dramatic stakes of her statement. Backstage turmoil and executive panic. After the explosive moment, tensions reportedly erupt behind the scenes. The narrative describes producers scrambling, voices raised in the control room, and executives rushing in to contain the fallout. Off-record comments from unnamed crew members help escalate the sense of urgency, portraying the team as unprepared for the direction the conversation took. This section illustrates how quickly a single unscripted comment can create ripples through a tightly structured broadcast environment. It portrays ABC as an organization suddenly dealing with unexpected political implications, fearful advertisers, and possible legal concerns. The mood becomes frantic, showing how in media settings controversy is not just about public perception, it affects workflow, morale, and internal trust among cast and crew. Media eruption and public division. Once the moment airs, social media within the narrative becomes a wildfire. Hashtags, reactions, and polarized debates explode almost instantly. Some praise Whoopi as brave, while others accuse her of recklessness. Conservative networks are depicted as launching immediate criticism, while ABC's decision not to respond publicly fuels speculation. The tension reflects how modern controversies evolve. Viewers choose sides, amplify clips, and create their own narratives. This section shows public discourse as unpredictable and emotionally charged, with people interpreting the same moment through their own political lenses. It highlights the fragmented media landscape, where support and outrage grow simultaneously, leaving networks caught between competing audiences demanding completely opposite outcomes. Internal divides among co-hosts. Inside the show, the fictional tension grows into a full-blown divide. Some co-hosts support Whoopi's stance, while others fear the professional consequences of being associated with such bold commentary. The narrative illustrates private conversations, anxious reactions, and co-hosts distancing themselves physically and emotionally. This section emphasizes how public controversy can strain even long-standing relationships and dynamics. The co-workers are shown as navigating fear, loyalty, personal beliefs, and corporate pressure. The fictionalized conflict portrays the cast not merely as personalities, but as individuals grappling with the responsibility of their platform. This deepens the human element, reminding readers that behind every televised debate are real people trying to balance courage, caution, and their own career security. Leaked memos and behind-the-scenes pressure. The next escalation comes through an alleged internal memo that spreads online, describing Whoopi as being placed on a watch list due to unpredictable remarks. Although fictional, this detail adds weight to the story's theme. Institutions often respond to controversy with quiet monitoring rather than public confrontation. The memo emphasizes corporate vulnerability, Advertisers, legal teams, and brand image all become part of the calculation. ABC's refusal to confirm or deny the memo creates an atmosphere of secrecy. This section explores how large media companies may handle internal dissent and public pressure, showing that sometimes silence provides more fuel for speculation than any statement could. It reinforces the idea that power structures often operate behind closed doors hidden from both viewers and even employees. Advertiser fallout and mounting corporate pressure. As the narrative continues, advertisers reportedly begin pulling out, fearing their brands will be caught in political controversy. This financial pressure becomes one of the biggest threats to the show's stability. Executives are portrayed as meeting urgently with legal advisors and marketers, trying to manage the show's reputation while preserving business relationships. This part of the story underscores a central theme. Television is not just content, it is commerce. When money shifts, decisions follow. The section highlights the delicate balance between creative freedom and corporate responsibility, illustrating the real-world consequences that can result from on-air tensions. The fictional description positions Whoopi's comments as a spark that forces the entire network to reevaluate its priorities and vulnerabilities. Public backlash, activism, and growing support. This section shows viewers stepping into the controversy in an unprecedented way. Supporters and critics both mobilize online with petitions, viral posts, and emotional testimonies. The narrative includes survivors of trafficking and activists who praise Whoopi's boldness. Meanwhile, political commentators and celebrities take opposing sides, adding fuel to the debate. The story portrays the moment as transforming from a television incident into a broader cultural conversation about transparency, power, and media responsibility. What makes this segment compelling is its emotional core. People feel personally connected to the issue, projecting their frustrations, hopes, and demands onto the situation. It illustrates how a single voice can resonate across social and political spheres when the public senses deeper truths at stake. A second whistleblower and escalating allegations. In this dramatic turn, a second anonymous source, this time from a different media network, is introduced, claiming that discussions about Epstein and powerful public figures were previously suppressed. Although fictional, this element amplifies the story's theme of secrecy and control within large institutions. The supposed leaked materials provide a sense of legitimacy to the unfolding narrative, raising questions about who decides what the public should know. This part of the story pushes the conflict into a larger arena, suggesting that the controversy is no longer isolated to one network or one host. Instead, it becomes a symbol of systemic issues, silencing gatekeeping and fear of exposing influential individuals. It deepens the mystery while raising the stakes at both corporate and cultural levels. ABC's final decision and Whoopi's stand under immense public and internal pressure. The network in the story eventually issues a statement reaffirming Whoopi's place on the show and framing its stance as support for fearless dialogue. This moment marks a turning point. The institution that once seemed ready to silence her now appears to embrace the value of difficult conversations. The narrative portrays this as a victory not only for Whoopi but for everyone demanding transparency. Her on-air declaration, refusing to stay silent, is positioned as the culmination of a long battle. The section explores how courage can shift public opinion and force institutions to reconsider their priorities. It becomes the emotional peak, transforming Whoopi from a controversial figure into a symbol of resilience. A movement larger than one show. The final section reflects on how the controversy evolves beyond daytime television. It suggests that the event sparked broader public questions about truth, accountability, and the power held by major institutions. Whoopi's role becomes emblematic, a figure standing up for those who feel unheard or silenced. The story emphasizes how one moment can ripple outward, changing conversations, sparking activism, and pressuring systems that usually operate quietly. It closes by highlighting the unpredictability of truth-telling in a tightly controlled media world. In this narrative, Whoopi emerges not just as a talk show host but as a catalyst for a larger cultural reckoning, inspiring people to ask what else remains hidden behind closed doors and who dares to speak when silence is easier.